This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this Autumn Ridge 2021 Autumn Ridge 26 BHS. Alright, so you have regular scissor type stabilizer jacks. Take a 3/4 inch crank or 3/4 inch socket on a drill. That seems to be the most popular way these days. You have a furnace, or excuse me, a water heater. It works on LP gas. This is the switches to operate are inside, but I just want to show you that this is the drain plug right here. It takes an 1 1/16 6-point socket, so you really need the socket and maybe a 6-inch extension, and then a ratchet or a bar, or whatever you do to use to get leverage. But you also need an extension with it so you can access that. Okay. All right. Okay. So also, let me get this closed here with one hand, if I can. All right. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So. All right. So you have a power awning with LED strip. Keep in mind this is the vent for the range hood, but it has this baffle here that is held shut by these tabs here, right? So you can see it's flapping freely there. You want it to flap freely when you're venting. All other times keep it shut, but when you're venting you definitely want to flip those tabs open so the baffle flaps freely, okay? Now this is the fresh water tank fill. Obviously the most common way to get water to the trailer is through your city water hookup, but if you happen to be camping at a campground that doesn't have city water, doesn't have plumbing on the campsites, you can pre-fill this tank, use the onboard pump to pump the water. Alright, that's just low point drain down below, that's all it's telling us. That low point drain is used for winterizing, de-winterizing, and that sort of thing. Okay, of course they got it locked here. I might have to get inside here. Okay, so this is just for a solar panel hookup. So if you wanted to purchase a solar panel to charge your battery, that's where you'd plug it in right there. You have a hitch with it, which is in this compartment here. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control, so it's a good one. You have a power tongue jack with a hitch light on it. Keep in mind that you can there's a crank inside the trailer that'll fit on this, so if this ever failed on you, you can pull this plug out, put the crank on there, and crank it manually if you have to. You also get two LP tanks with an automatic changeover regulator. They're full, and of course a deep cycle marine battery. Okay, this is probably locked also. Nope. Okay, so this is your power cord. It's a 30-foot, 30-amp cord, and there's a reducer to reduce it down so you can plug it in at home. That's your dump hose. You can see your hitch work is at the other side. Also, you see that blue coil. That's a sprayer that you plug into the spray port. There's also a 3/4 inch crank, and if you can see down at the bottom there's the crank that fits on the tongue jack if you need to also. Also, you get a, I should be closer, but you probably can't see it, but there's also a drill attachment too hanging on the wall, so you can actually just put that into your drill. Okay. Your slide room. This is your water station here. Okay, so keep in mind that this I showed you there was a fill on the other side to fill the tank. Well, there's actually a second way you can do that too. So if you look at this drawing here, it represents this blue lever there, that selector. So right now it's in the city water position. So when you hook your hose up to here, the city water, it'll just pressurize the trailer, and everything will work just like normal. But if you need to fill your tank and you're hooked up to city water, you can just change the position of it like that, and it'll fill your tank. So you can fill a tank this way, or using the port on the other side to fill it also. Okay, that hose or that coil sprayer goes here, and this is your black tank flush. So right here you have your tank flushes. Here's the black tank flush for the black tank. course, the black tank is toilet water and waste. Then you have a gray one for your gray tank, which is sink and shower water. So you'll dump the black first, then you'll dump the gray, because the gray is cleaner water, so it'll sort of wash out the hose a bit. If you leave your black tank valve open, you can then take the hose at your dump station and screw it on there, turn it on, it'll spray out the inside of your black tank, clean out the sensors, that sort of thing. So it's really a good thing to do. Of course, this is where your plug plugs in. It's got a little LED on there so you can tell if you're getting power up to that point, which can come in handy sometimes. Okay. You can see up at the top there's that housing. That's telling us that this is pre-wired for a backup camera. So it's we have them here. You can get them elsewhere, whatever. Just get the Furrion camera that fits in that housing if you're interested. Also, while we're looking up, the manufacturer states that you should inspect the roof every 90 days. So you want to go up there yourself or send somebody up there. And basically, you're just going to look at all the sealant, make sure there's no crack in your separation. Always pay special attention to corner areas or around the skylight, because that gets hotter. So you want to check that, like I said, every 90 days, and also look to make sure none of the vent covers are damaged by a low branch or road debris, that sort of thing. No damage to the roofing material. Just give it a good look over. Odds are you won't have to do anything for a long time, but that's why you inspect it, just in case. If you see an issue, get it taken care of immediately. Okay, let's go inside here. Let's see. Alrighty. So, this is your control panel here. You slide out. You see I'm pushing the out button here. Out it goes. So you just want this to go out till it starts ratcheting. You'll hear it in a second. It does that going in and coming out, so you can't overextend or over retract it. So as soon as you hear that, you just take your finger off the button. Right there. Okay. Also, this is for your power awning. Just remember, never use the power awning, or I should say, never leave it out unattended. So if you're not going to be there, roll it in. Also, these are you can test your levels here. Your battery's charged, fresh water, has a third in it, black is empty, gray is empty. It graduates up in 1/3 increments, so once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping the gray in the black tank. I'll just be 5 minutes. So also to turn your water heater on, it's right there. Never run the water heater without water in the tank. Also, to turn your pump, it's right there. You use the pump for obviously pumping water out of the fresh water tank. You also use it for winterizing the trailer. Okay. So this is your TV and radio. Actually, it has all that in one. It has FM and Bluetooth and all that. So well, you can see it right here. You have 2 speaker zones. One is inside the trailer. 2 is outside. You got FM radio. You got Bluetooth, HDMI plugs on it, and you can charge a USB from it also. So it does a lot, and there's your remote for it. This is probably a jackknife. Let me look here. Yeah, so this sofa jackknife's flat, so you can turn it into a bed. You can also take the poles out of this table and drop it down and turn it into a bed. 2 bunks. This is your thermostat. You just hit the mode button to operate it. It lights it up, and then you scroll through all the options. Try to always run the air conditioner on auto. That's important. You can run it either way, but it's best to run it on auto. So, okay. This is your refrigerator is it's a gas absorption refrigerator, so it runs on LP gas or 110 AC. But all you do is turn it on. It'll always seek out electricity. If it can't find it, it will automatically switch over to gas. Or if you lose power at the campground, for example, in the middle of the night or middle of the day, it'll automatically switch over to gas for you. So you run it on automatic. This is your range hood that I told you about. It's got make sure to open the baffle outside when you're venting with the fan. It also has a light on it, fan. Your microwave works like any other microwave. Your range top and oven. You spark to light. I don't know if he's got the gas on or not here, but we'll just talk you through it either way. To spark it, you turn this clockwise, right? So let me see what he's got here. Yeah, so he does. He's got gas turned on. So you just do it that way. Very simple. You got 3 burners, 3 knobs. Then this is the oven knob here. So the oven, all the way at the back there, is a pilot light. I'll spark it, maybe you can see it. Not always, but sometimes. Okay, let me look and see what brand I have here. Okay, so what you do is you're going to just turn this to the picture of the pilot light and then depress it. You keep it depressed. Then you're going to spark with your other hand until the pilot light down here lights. After it lights, you still hold it in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat it up. Then you go to operating temperature, of course, and when you shut it off, the flame goes out, so does the pilot light. You have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Alrighty. Now this device here is the power converter. So this converts AC to DC power. So you start off with 120 AC on this side. And you see you got circuit breakers just like you'd have at home, and they're labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. If these fuses were to blow, they'll light up, and you can see through this perforation, so you would know. And also, when you're plugged in, this is a battery tender. It'll always keep your battery charged up. So it also charges your battery. Alright. So let's see what else we have here. Go to the bathroom here. I think that's everything. Wait a minute, there's one other thing out here, your LP detector here. So this, I'm going to see them right by the front door here. This device here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. If it goes off, you obviously take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off at the front and figure out what's going on. Also, if it beeps very slowly, it's telling you your battery's low. I'm going to run through the self-test cycle here. LP gas is good, and then it goes to carbon monoxide. And then it'll test for low battery. And then back to green. This should always be green. If not, get it serviced, okay? Alright, so let's try the bathroom now. Okay, where's the switch here? Oh, right there. So, the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. This is a GFCI. Keep in mind all the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI, even the one outside, so you're going to reset it in here if it pops. Always run the fan with the shower to pull the humidity out. That's important. And the thing to know if you don't know RVs, the RV toilet can't be used dry. By dry, we're talking about the black tank, which is directly below. So that's the flush pedal right there. That's just residual water pressure. So right now the black tank is empty because it's been dumped and we're ready to camp. So let's say we pull into the campground, you hook up your power and your water. Then you come inside here and you have 1 dose of chemical, you dump 1 dose of chemical in the bowl. Then you step on the pedal, water will come swirling out, of course, and you'll put about 1 gallon or so in the tank. No way to know exactly what 1 gallon is, but you just use common sense. You have to have some water and chemical in there before you start using it. If not, the smell will be terrible, and it also can get clogged up. So anytime you're starting with a dumped, empty black tank, you put water and chemical in it, okay? If you don't, you'll only do it once, trust me. Okay, so all that's left here is the bedroom area. You can pull this up, obviously, the mattress up, and there's some storage like a foot locker underneath. You have TV hookups here and a backing plate for a TV mounting bracket. This is your emergency window. You just push this all the way through, and then you would grab a hold of this this red tab and pull the tab out, or pull the screen out, I mean, and then you can escape through it that way in an emergency. Alrighty, so I think that about covers it. Yes, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And please remember what I said about inspecting the seals on it. Any sealant you see from the factory, whether it's on the roof or the sides, you inspect it. Pay special attention to the roof, like I said. And if you see cracking or separation or damage, get it taken care of immediately. If you do that, 20 years from now, this trailer will still be bone dry inside. So it's very important. Okay? Thank you.